Hello and welcome back to another session of Trigger Happy Havoc Danganronpa. I hope you guys are doing well as always. And previously on the last session, things were getting a bit intense. It's a fight between Kyoko, Kirigiri, and Makoto Nagi. A thrilling battle to prove which one is innocent, as we do not have the best of alibis. But yeah, we've on to this big cliffhanger whether to rat out Kirigiri. Alright, whether to rat out Kirigiri, because she's been in the second floor dorms. The shutter, you know, the shutter that was like next to the warehouse, I think. Kirigiri's been there, and the reason why she could go through there was because she has the Monokuma key, which she got in the headmaster's office due to Sakura Ogami breaking in before her death. And now we're here on the 5th case. I have to decide here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Did she lie? What did she say beforehand? I can't even get into the transcripts. We could either pursue the lie, which you know, seems like the better option, but I think we've got to let it go as a wise 2013 film set. Is it 2013? Was it? It was Frozen 2013. I don't even remember. But we've got to let it go. Gotta let it go. This is the correct option because you'll see why. You'll see why it is the correct option. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. Alright, yeah. Let's completely forgot that there's been a death on our hands. And the death of Mukuro Ikusaba. Well, this is gonna lead us to our doom, our death. Alright, there has to be some secret here apparently. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned. I know, rebuttal. Right. Was this even the third conclusion? I don't even know. Oh, what's this possibility? Oh, we all know. From this point on. Yeah, here we go. It all goes down to me. I don't think there's a closing argument in this. The thrilling comic strip end. Or maybe there is, I don't even know. Is there something off? No. Nagi, what are you trying to say? Alright. Oh. Time up. This was never a thing. There's a good reason why this trial has abruptly stopped. Yeah. Uh-oh. Fuck, 2Cs. Down, not the best of rounds, not the best of trials. Getting introduced with this sprite right there. Damn. Alright, what? You think I'm the killer? Well, sorry, man. Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. It's all my fault. What the fuck? I don't know why to get one. Everyone, you're wrong. Yeah, you got all wrong. I didn't do it. Good job, everyone. Good job. Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. It's rigged. It's rigged. It is rigged. It makes perfect sense. Sense. It's the same as always, just like any other class trials. I'm going to end it the same way. Hey, we didn't even have our closing argument, man. It's time for your hand. Alright, yeah, fuck that. Wait, why do I? Oh yeah, look at that. Kyogiri's giving, yeah, Kyoko. I don't expect you to forgive me. Alright, she's got her own voice line. Voice, yeah. Kyoko. Alright, punishment time. It's Batsu time. Batsu game. Feels bad, man. Alright, there's a good reason why, and you'll see here. That's right. From the heavens, Alter Ego, the clutch. Alter Ego saved us. Yep, Alter Ego, that's right. Alter Ego. Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Seems like it was a success, after all. Putting him through the servers. You made a miscalculation. A miscalculated. Yeah, from the very beginning. What was that, eh? What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in the garbage strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. Don't know if he gave that the location away, but yeah. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Alright, get him gone. Alright, let's talk again. If we pick Kirigiri, she just plains out die. I don't even know why Ultiga doesn't save Kirigiri at this point. But when I first played, I picked I ratted out of Kirigiri. I was like, you know what, Kirigiri? I don't want to die, alright? And then I picked her. She dies flat out, she gets squashed. Not good. Not good at all. Then alright, let's get right into it. So we don't even know where Makoto is. Well, we'll find out. We'll get to it. Is he gone? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on? Tagami's out of the loop. It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Alright. Now it's the mastermind's time. What? I don't know where I got time from. The mastermind that's ensnared. Alright, what are you talking about? You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Right, she's probably going to give down the lowdown. The lowdown, the gun down. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Host Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. Alright guys, welcome back to part 1. The prologue. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. Yeah, get it? You know, hope and despair, eh? There are 2 things you need to attend this. You need to what? What, Jeff? 1, you have to already be attending high school, and 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Alright. Oh. Alright, we're back here again. Welcome to part 2 of... Alright, what? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of... Damn, I was about to burp. Alright. Zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but... What was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I ever been in, yeah? What the heck's going on? What to heck? Ugh. Gah. Whoa. Oh, wayo. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invaded my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piling high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I gonna be stuck here, in there, till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last bit of his strength, the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of there. Oh, here. Was it here? Damn, why could I not... Why do I... No, why out of there? Damn. Rattle. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked or RKO'd, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, I'm not gonna get out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure what liquids I could drink and which ones are an all-round bad idea? Alright, again pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from above. What could it have been? Alright, let's investigate, I guess. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me. Giant piece of trash. Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Kyoko! With the cup noodles as well. You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Yeah. Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. Gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, and faced me again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you finish. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Ooh, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Alright, give me the rundown. But Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me? To pay a debt? Oh, no. To atone one. Atone one? Atone? Hello? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew. But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. Honestly, wait, hold on. Let me pause for a sec. Let me mute first. Wait. Because I need to cough. Alright. Let me get my water as well. Right next to me, put it in there. Alright. If I was in this situation, I would have ratted out Kirigiri, but you would never expect that Alter Ego would be there to save you, right? Or maybe you don't. Maybe you let it die, but I don't know, man. I'd really Alright. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. Alright. Anyways, all in all, I would have killed Kirigiri. That's like full on. Still don't understand why Alter Ego didn't save Kirigiri. And this is so necessary and part of the plot. Alright, so no, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. I guess that was the case throughout that trial. But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Alright, why did you have to survive? I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? Alright, I was about to burp again. I made up my mind to come to Host Peak for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Host Peak? That's right, at least I did once. Once. Until recently, I've forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory, that's impossible. Amnesia. Maybe. Amnesia. Then, is it really true? You lost your memory? I think we all lost our memories. Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here. Yeah, that was weird, right? If we pieced it together, does that mean we were all fainted? Oh, I'll bring up this conversation again. No one. I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I come to the skull, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget? Why am I struggling? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because... I don't think, I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that, eh? There's only one reason I could come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you. And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the skull and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get back them. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help? If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What? Well, don't make it too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? Alright, hold on a sec. Just gonna adjust my mic a bit. The mastermind, one of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into a missing memory by herself. That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. Alright, here we go. Just like that dream I had before, but... why did that just happen? Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right? Oh wait, we haven't got into it. I'll bring the comment. Yeah, even now, I still trust you now. I was about to jump the gun. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked you for help right away, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Is there anything else? Can we get out? You said you had a reason for doing all that, investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything? I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Alright. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective? And the reason I came to Host Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here, in the skull. You had to find someone? Who? Well then, it was the headmaster of Host Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Whoa, what? I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Host Peak. Alright. Kyoko's dad. Is Host Peak's headmaster? And that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. Alright, I'll find the headmaster. No matter what the cost. My memory hadn't came back. God damn it, hadn't come back at that point. But when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect. Yeah, hold on. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect. Yes. I only said what I felt based on what I've seen, and I snuck into the headmaster's room, then what do you see in there? It's been ransacked. Shelves were a mess, desk drawers dumped on the floor. Got drumped. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right? That was my assumption, yes. To confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map. It's a layout of the entirety of Host Peace Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mokuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty yes, use. God damn it. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you were there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there. Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean? I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. And I saw, with the corner of my eye, that's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about it when I'm seeing it down here. Seeing down here. Can we talk to Kyugi again? Of course, once I got yeah. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mokuro Ikusaba. Ikusaba? Yeah. Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mokuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed. I stole the key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. Hold on a sec. Alright. That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations? Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Host Peak Academy at your discretion. The mastermind's adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound to the school's regulations. I don't know why. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe it'll click. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mokuro. What's that? There was a point where Mokuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have been the victim? You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean my nauseous time? My nauseous fun time? During the night, I could hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. Man, easy down. One. I could hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this. Which is why, what happened with you, I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell. I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave. Come on, Jeff. I gave chase right away. As I folded, I saw the shadow go into your room. I need to stop repeating the mistake twice. As a joke. As a funny... I don't even know why. I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course. Fucking gave in the good old throwdown. That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the master sailor was, they ended up dead. Their murder was disguised and the dojo key wound up in my room. The work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. Alright, so whoever killed Mokuro is also the mastermind, right? No conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. Means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right? You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Milkrow. They needed the class trial to kill me. They seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction, so what does it all mean? It means the mastermind's the one who's been cornered. Just a little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? Oh, it's kicking in with the music. There's no doubt that Milkrow was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not? If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems the implicit... No, it seems... D seems too implicit. Implicate. I don't know why I said implicit. Implicate whoever caused the event. We're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair? That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. They're there. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Ease down, Jeff. Make no mistake. They're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Alright, we're done with chapter 5. Is it? Oh, 30 minutes of it. That's a good part. Good time to make a part there. No one has died. Oh, they should have changed the... Never mind. Never mind. Should change the student. Dream Island Rocket. Looks familiar, doesn't it?